Hi guys, so this video is going to be about my league start and my LA Atlas tree and how we're going to progress. Now it's true that GGG decided to show us the Atlas tree hour before the league starts when you order in queue. However, I'm not going to have time to make a video, so I'm going to make it now. Luckily, I'm very good at programming, so I was able to reverse engineer the Atlas tree, which means that I went on Reddit and I looked at the post which took a picture of it. So we're just gonna go through it, and if you watch this video during the league start, you can have a look down below, and I'm just going to update it, and you can just copy the tree from there. So as you can see, they didn't touch the Atlas tree at all, which is maybe a good thing because everything GG touched lately got either shadow nerfed or straight up nerfed. So I'm not complaining. We'll see how it's gonna go. They did change, however, the stuff that we're going to go after we pick up most of the nodes, but I think we should be fine. So I'm just gonna move my big head over here, and we're going to start from the bottom. We're gonna first pick up the missions. The reason being, it increases your chance to get an eco mission, as well as the encounter of Nico mission, right? So this is a very good one for the low amount of points we need to use. Then we're gonna go through this part of the delve up here. Now, as I haven't talked about it, but what we want mainly, we don't want high tiers of the maps at the beginning. We just want the quantity of the maps, right? So the reason being is, as I said, we are not going for red maps. We don't go for red maps because we don't want to use chisels, we don't want to use alks, we don't want to use vals. We're gonna sell all of it to get a big amount of currency for us. Now you're gonna get a bunch of maps because the lower you go, for example, if you in a, let's say, level of like 83, which is equivalent of tier 16s, right? So if you add that depth, you're gonna drop tier 16s maps anyway. And what you can do is maybe sell those maps as well. And I'm going to maybe show you later on, guys, how to do it. I forgot to talk about it at the end of the video, so we're just gonna go quickly through it. When you post maps, never price them by one. Usually what I do is, let's say, all tier 2 12s, set them up for price, and let's say on average they are all for 5C each. So what I would do is 10 for 2. This way you get rid of all those potato heads that would message you and spam you for every single map. So usually what they do, they just whisper, right? And if you have posted 10 of them, you get 20 whispers from one person. So this is how you walk around it to post them. But yeah, so we're just gonna pick up this part mainly because we want to pick up as many maps as possible. After this, we're just going to go down here. Now this is one of the reasons why delve at the beginning is very good, is because when you do the maps themselves and you pick up the the sulfide node, the sulfide and everything, you get movement speed, damage, and all rest. So it's just amazing for mapping, at least at the early states when your character is actually not that strong. So we're just gonna pick up the rest up here. Just gonna go through the middle, pick up this one, and go right here. The one on the top, I think that one is the one that gives you sulfide for completion of the maps, right? So it's like extra, every little bit of counts. So it's not necessary, but I pick it up anyway because of the chance to get the Nico mission. And to get all the way up here, to pick up all the points that I showed you just now, you need around 32 points, which is, I think there's like 36 white maps. So you can imagine that you don't have to even finish all the white maps, or you can finish like, let's say, 20 white and 10 yellow, and you're almost done. So after we do this, we have to think about what everyone does, right? Because everyone is like, oh wow, just do heist, look at that, it's so amazing. So what we have to do is supply the heist players, right? What heist players want is blueprints as well as coins. Now the coins is guaranteed currency, right? They're like crackheads and you're a dealer, so they really need it. So we're just gonna supply it to them. So we're just gonna pick up this node, that got unchanged, and the one on the top where they added extra one. Now the one on the top is the same one as in the game, that is currently this one, and it gives you 10% chance to get a bounty target. Now what the bounty target is, it's a big boss that drops a bunch of coins. As I said, we mainly make currency out of coins. You have a chance to get like a blueprint for 60C, but I'm just talking about guaranteed currency, right? So what usually you do in the map, you go and you click on the box and you get 2C worth of coins and whatever garbage it throws you. If you pick up this, it's, I think, like does like 10x, so you get 10 times the amount of the coins you usually get. So let's say you get on average 1 to 2C, you can get 10 to 20C worth of coins, which is actually really, really nice. Now after we pick up the one on the top, we're gonna go the one through bottom in here. Now this one is new. I think it's going to be worth to go there for it as well, because what those nodes usually do is they either increase the blueprints that you get that you can sell, or it gives you the stack of the world, the markers, right? So getting it increased by 8% is pretty pog. So just gonna go somewhere here and pick up this. I think this altogether, I don't know, it's like another like 15 to 20 points. It's around like 50 maps, which is not even half. So I would say this part of the tree is like the, I don't want to say must have, but it's like the core tree that we're gonna have the first week of the league. Now there's a new one for highs up like in this corner as well. I'll have to have a look if it's going to be the worth to go all the way here to pick up a little bit of heist. But to be honest, it actually might be worth, because another thing that I wanted to talk about is, as I said, if you at the beginning of the league you just want to go into the map, pick up all your sulfite, click on the box and kill the boss, right? And if you want to squeeze as amount of currency for the least amount of time spent in a map, you maybe want to pick up the searching exarch. I don't know exactly which node is the one that gives you the completion is doubled. This one. So boop, 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 boop. There you go. And this, whatever this does is, you know, when you go into the map to pick up your sulfite, you slowly completing the searching exarch invitation, and you know, boom, there's another 90C after you've finished it. So that's another thing that is nice as well. And yeah, this is a main tree. I think this one is like you almost done with yellow maps, and yeah. Okay, let's go full conspiracy theory. Let's say that Chris decided to give everyone heist coins instead of chaos and alks, just because, right? So there's a bunch of them on the market, so we're gonna unspec from heist. Now what is good to spec in if I don't want to juice up my maps and I don't want to use sextants? If you have a strong character, I would pick up essences, because you know, if you have juiced up essences, you know how big of a struggle to kill them is, but I think it's good return for the investment, which would be a 0 on our part, right? So essences is really good option. Maybe the Harbinger as well, you know, picking up Harbinger. Yet again, I don't want to, you know, spec into it. I don't want to, you know, do anything. I don't want to go and buy a bunch of sextants. So at this point, the Harby might be a good idea, as well as strong boxes, right? Some people like strong boxes. And now, to be fair, the strong boxes are ideal juiced up, but you can, you know, do arc and go with strong boxes as well with no problem. What is there else? Now I'm gonna talk about things you cannot do or things you shouldn't do. Now, when it comes to harvest, of course, if you're not juicing up your maps, don't do harvest, right? Because it's, I think, literally scales based on like quantities on your map. So we're gonna ignore that. You cannot do Alva's mission and Syndicate, unfortunately. I don't think you can put in Scarab for delve and then activate a mission for Alva. I think those things don't go together. So unfortunately, you cannot do that. Of course, we cannot forget, you know, the extra completion and maybe the big maps, right? It depends on what side of the tree you are. You're gonna prioritize either influence. Also, we have ritual, so maybe ritual might be a good idea as well if you like to do ritual. Hi, it's me from the future. I forgot to mention this, and it's not worth to make a new video just about it, but I feel like it kind of belongs here, and that is at the early stages in delving, you definitely want to do chaos recipes. Now, this is called the chaos recipe enhancer. If you don't know how to use it, you have to look up the guide. I'm not going to go through it because it would take too long time to set up. But the reason why we do it in Delve is because you find a bunch of boxes in darkness, or you find nodes that involve weapons and accessories, which are like the main issue that people have when they do chaos recipe, right? So they have a bunch of helmets, belts, and chest pieces, but they're missing one-handed weapons, or they're missing accessories. We don't have the issue while we're delving, so definitely recommend using chaos recipe. Now, when it comes to selling stuff, I usually use Awaken POE, and I feel like this is the best program out there. The reason being is, if you look up stuff, you can look it up by divine price, right? Or chaos price. And let's say there's 4 or 5C for the minion fossil. But what if I have in stock 11? How much I can charge in C for them? Oh, look at that. All of a sudden I can charge 7 to 8C. But let's say, let's go overboard. Let's say I have like 120 of them. I could, you know, oh, now it's all over the place because this is standard, but you know, you get the drift. So you can look it up by the prices. Now, never, ever sell your resonators by 1. I usually do it by 10. Or if I really need the currency, I do it by 5. So I look it up, for example, and I have a look. Look at that. They usually sell for 2C. Let's say there's a bunch of for 2C. So I know I'm going to set it up 20 for 10. So when someone messages me and he's going to buy the whole stack, I know 20C is waiting for me. And, you know, you don't have to break the cycle just to do 1C trade, which is, you know, kind of waste, right? Because you have to go from your delve, come here, go to your hideout or do slash hideout, wait for login, wait for the potato to trade you stuff in. So, you know, that's kind of that. And I think that's it pretty much. I have my hideout set up, not on purpose. By accident, I deleted my hideout, but I found handy to have a stash right next to a waypoint. So when you trade, you know, stuff to people in, so you can just, you know, quickly do control left click and trade them in. But yeah, that's pretty much it. One thing I wanted to mention is I'm going to be streaming when the new league will come out, and we are trying to push our view count all the way up to 3 viewers on average, so we can get affiliates, so we can have points on our channel, which would be really nice. So if you don't have anyone to watch and you just want to hang out, come and join us. Okay, I'm gonna go. Bye.